Hello, this is Riku558, and it's time for me to do a review of the Kamen Rider Fourze belt. So, here it is, the box. I actually just received it this morning in the package. I forgot to do an unboxing in my excitement. But, yep, so first off, I'm going to go through the box. So, here's the front. Nice picture of Fourze over there. And then the belt, obviously, showing that it has 4 Astro switches, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And a nice picture of the belt, obviously. Fourze logo down there. Bandai, obviously, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you the top of the box. The top of the box is 4 Astro Switch, Fourze Driver. There's the rocket arm, the launcher part for the leg, the drill leg, which is switch 3, 2, and 1, obviously, and then the radar arm, which is switch number 4. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that switch 1 is a button, switch 2 is a actual switch, or I think it's a slider button thing. I forget what it's called. And this is just a twist switch, and then this one rolls. And on the top of the box, it's hard to see. I guess they decided to just combine the lights and sounds into one big thing, so it's lights and sounds in one little circle. And DX Fourze Driver on the top. On the bottom, it's just a picture of the belt. 4 Astro switches, the belt again. Kamen Rider Fourze, DX. Fourze being upside down with his Astro switches and the belt. On the back, the lights for the individual parts in according order with the circle, X, triangle, and square. And then here we have activating the switches. So you just press this button, slide that down, twist this in the direction it tells you to, and turn that one. And it'll activate his powers. And then after the henshin, you can push this handle one more time to activate the limit break, which is his final attack. Here we have, let me zoom in on that, or focus rather, the food droids, which is obviously a spin-off of the Candroids, only they have Astro switches, so that makes them slightly more useful. Advertising the candy toy and capsule versions. If I don't get all the Astro Switch sets, I'm probably gonna end up buying the sets or the switches through these two methods, because I don't want to spend too much on the switches now that I realize what they're like. The Gambarai game, and it retails for 6,500 yen, but it's not gonna be. You're not gonna find it for that much, like on the internet for a very long time, because I think it ran for like $300, $200 on eBay, so that's pretty ridiculous. Anyways, on the last side of the box, we have a picture of Fourze with a circle on his arm, the X on his leg, the triangle on his leg, and the square on his other arm. And once again, the belt. And so that's it for the box. Let's pull out the belt. And here it is. Fourze Driver. Let me just get this in camera frame. This thing's rather large. I'm just going to go ahead and look over this thing. Here it is, the 2 straps. Nice, like ice blue clear plastic. It has a giant R on it to show it's the right side, and this one has an L to show it's left. They both have the latches, so they can attach on both sides. It does come with that little cap thing to basically cover the backside where the attachments are. Obviously I already modded mine with a string, because all I need is a little bit more space. Anyways, that's it for the belt part. Let's look at the actual driver. There you go. That was a bit crooked. There we go. And get this thing that's a little bit closer so you can get it in camera frame. There you go. And then actually I'll just get nice and close. So the entire thing is molded in the same like nice ice blue color. You can see silver underneath it where the main screen is. And let's see if I can focus on this. Okay, if you can see it, you can see a faint outline of Fourze's entire body in there. And that's really nice because that's actually where the LEDs light up parts of the body. And I'm going to go ahead, oopsie, forgot to turn this guy off. Take out the Astra switches and probably edit that part out if I feel like it. Alright, so we have these little switches that I don't know 100% what they do right now because I can't see the mechanisms that they activate, but I'm assuming there's wiring that tells the Fourze driver to start the henshin sequence. This switch, it only goes this far because it's only for the henshin and limit break. And let's see if we can get a good look in here. Inside of the slots are 5 buttons, and I'll tell you what they do later. The last thing I can show you on the belt, other than this little gold thingy, is this is where the sound is, and the on switch. So you switch it on, get a nice noise, and you saw the light here, but I'm going to show you the top when it turns on. So let's take a look at that. See a nice picture of Fourze there. Alright, now let's go to the switches before we go to the henshin. So going in switch order, let's start with number 1. Nice orange circle with a button that goes like that. And then there's a little rocket with a glittery background and then big number 1 on it. It looks kind of like one of those things you plug into like a computer or something because it has that little plug thing. Actually, no, it looks like something you plug into a power outlet. Because if you look at it, it looks like the ports are right here and you just plug it in. Anyways, I actually found out how Astra switches work. It's actually pretty simple. There's the single button that's always there. It will press the button that tells the Fourze driver that it is, for in this instance, the rocket arm. So that button activates it, and then when you push the switch, there will be a second button which will tell it that this switch has been activated. It's the same for all other Astra switches, so the only ones that make any sounds, or to change the forms, are the first, second, third, and fifth buttons. The fourth one activates their powers. So that's how they work. Now that we know how they work, it'll give you a better understanding as to why I think that Astra switches are better off getting in like cheaper sets. Wouldn't have to pay too much more because core metals actually had something in them. These are just buttons. Anyways, on to switch number 2. Has a nice blue X and the usual design. The entire thing is molded in the general shape of an X, as this was in the shape of a circle. Same bottom. This one has the same first button and then fourth button. To turn it on, you just slide this thing down and the button will come out. There's a nice shiny 2 with a little rocket launcher thing. On to number 3. We have a drill with shiny yellow and a nice bright yellow triangle. And to turn it on, you just turn it like that. I think it's spring-loaded because if you don't turn it all the way, it'll just fling back into place. And the entire thing is obviously molded in the shape of a triangle, at least the top. And same thing as usual. Really nice. Lastly, we have the 4 switch. It's a radar. It's black on black, but at least the radar is with hollow foil, so it's nice and shiny. Actually, it's silver. And then there's a big 4, and it's the radar, obviously. To turn this one on, you just rotate it down till it clicks, and then you rotate it back up to turn it off. So that's it. Alright, now that we have the 4 switches all set, let's start up the henshin. Alright, so basically all you need to do is make sure all these switches are up. Take the Astra switches and plug them in, and they'll get the first few sounds of the switches being plugged in. Rocket. Launcher. Drill. and radar. So to start the henshin, all you need to do is have all 4 of these red switches down at any one point. You can do it any order whatever you want, as long as all 4 are down. So I'm going to do it in show for show accuracy. And then standby noise until you pull this lever, or do that. So pull it. And we've done the henshin sequence now. So as you can see, there's a nice picture of Fourze glowing on that screen. If I can get the focus properly. It's really freaking bright, oh my god. There's his eyes. And you can see the X, triangle, circle, and square. So I'm going to go ahead and activate the switches. So, like I said, for the rocket arm, just press this button down. And it'll activate the rocket and have a little rocket sound. To deactivate switches, obviously all you need to do is undo whatever you just did. So for the button, pull it back out. That'll make a deactivating sound. For the rocket, just slide it down like usual. And then turn that one off. And then obviously for the drill, just turn it. And then turn the drill off. And for radar, you just turn it like I said, so let's do it. So as you can see, when the switch is on, whatever part of the body that's been activated will start flashing like this. And when you deactivate it, it'll just turn to red. Like so. So anyways, let's do the first final attack that Fourze does in the show, which is the rocket, drill, limit break. So let's activate those two. So you can activate any of the switches in any order you want. They'll just continuously activate and show on the screen. You can have all 4 activate at the same time. Anyways, to do the limit break, obviously, you need to just pull this guy. So get a nice rainbow effect with the little picture of Fourze. Now if it would just properly show his face. The light's really weird here. Anyways, so the limit break works in the fact that it says whatever switches are on at the moment, and then limit break. So I'll just show you that I can do all 4 at the same time by activating the rest of the other 2. Alright, so we have all 4 switches activated, so let's try this again. So you can do this in pretty much any order you want with any switches you want, as long as at least one is activated. When none are activated and all the switches are down, you'll just replay the henshin sound. So let's turn off the switches. And then when they're off, obviously it'll be back to the standard state. That's actually all the Fourze Driver does. Pretty simple in what it does, but it still looks amazing. I actually really dig this clear plastic idea. Gives it a high-tech feel. Also, you can see the lights on the inside. It's pretty nice. See if I can get a proper look at this picture of Fourze. Oh, hey, it's like 3D. That's really cool. Well, looks better in real life than on camera. I have a lot of glare problems here. Also, the lights are pretty bright. Anyways, there's one last thing I do want to mention, which involved when I explained the switches. Also, there's a sound when you take the switches out that I accidentally showed when I was pulling them out from the driver. The sound of switches being pulled. Anyways, so I figured out how the Astro switches worked, and it turns out that when they press those buttons, so you can trick the driver into thinking that it has a different switch. So I don't have the magic hand switch, but I will be able to show you the sound. So take a couple skewers or long, thin objects to poke at these buttons. I believe it's, yeah, here we go. So I just tricked it into thinking that magic hand is there. This is gonna take some skill to do on camera, but here we go. Dang it. Okay, let me adjust the camera for a moment so I can show you. Here we go. Now let's get this done. Oh. And then I'll press the fourth button. And as you can see, I just activated Magic Hand without the switch. For those who are about to own a Fourze Driver, and you want to do this, I would suggest you apply a bit of pressure, because I'm going to guess when the switch goes in, the thing that's inside of the slot gets pressed in a bit, because there is some give. So it'll help activate it and it'll tell the driver that there's a switch inside. So that works. Anyways. That's it for the functions of the Fourze Driver. So let's go to final thoughts. So this is a really nice belt. I forgot to mention that this nice paint, nice bluish silver paint and the white here on the handle. Anyways, final thoughts. It's a great belt. Nice paint apps, like the red, and the switches are really cool. I think it's probably it's a little bit more expensive than what I was hoping it would be. I paid quite a lot of money, and I don't regret buying it, of course. But these switches are really fun to mess with. The final attacks are pretty much, actually it's not endless, but there's a ton of there are a ton of choices in terms of what you can do. Like, you can do rocket and launcher, or rocket and drill, rocket radar, any of the combination of the four. There's just a lot of fun you can have with it. You can mess with the buttons if you're bored. The henshin sequence is fun. This thing is a bit bulky, but I really don't mind. It's actually smaller than I was expecting. And I just really like it. I'm actually really excited for the Astro Switch sets that are coming out. Unfortunately, that's going to burn the biggest hole in my wallet I've seen in a while. So that's the only real downside, the abundance of merchandise to buy, just like O's, only worse. So that's it for this review. Really recommend it, and I hope you enjoyed it. And that's it, so I'll see you guys next time.